Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to look at another one of these tier lists over on the Dokkan subreddit, done by Roller ZZ. Now, this one right here is quite controversial. It is a summonable LR tier list. Now, talking about what LR is the best, which one is top 3, this is definitely a subject that gets people really riled up, so it does make sense. Now, personally, I don't agree with a lot of the decisions Roller made on this tier list. So I definitely did want to do a video on this. More so, though, like, I'm definitely not shitting on Roller, nothing like that. It's not even like, oh, let me put this video out to disagree with him. I'm making this video so I could suck off LR, Kale, and Khalifa some more. That's why I'm doing this. Because looking at this tier list made me come to the conclusion, oh boy, they need to be in a tier list of themselves. Because I see this right here. So we got LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku, LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, LR Kale and Khalifa, and then LR Goku and Frieza in the top tier. No way. No. Khalifa and Kale are Z tier themselves. And then I would put Vegeta, Goku, and Goku and Frieza in the S plus tier. Kale and Khalifa, they're too good. Like, again, they've become a very sensitive topic. Like, I've seen numerous posts on the Dokkan subreddit recently of people saying, like, oh, which TUR in the game is the best? There's been an avalanche of those posts in the last 2 days. I wonder why. Oh yeah, it's because they're TUR, people who look at this card and you go, oh, geez, that's the best TUR in the game. And then you see them used in-game, and it's like, oh, geez, that's the best TUR in the game. But people can't, like, grasp their head around it. Like, people refuse. I think it's, D3 mention is probably because of the fact that it's Kale and Khalifa that people are like this, and it's like, yeah, probably. Because, I mean, if this was, like an LR Gogeta, who was SSR is base form, TUR is Super Saiyan, and then LR he's blue, people would not have a problem saying that this card is the best card in the game at every level. Best SSR in the game, best TUR in the game, best LR in the game. People would have no issue saying that, but I think because it's Khalifa and Kale, people are kind of kicking and screaming with this. Now, I've heard it was very similar with, AGL Super Vegeta versus SCR Super Gogeta back in the day, so, whatever, not a big deal, but not only is this the best TUR in the game, best LR in the game. I'm not going to actually spend too much time on them. Just know, again, they are Z tier, and nothing else can be in that tier, because them at 55% is more impressive than an LR Super Saiyan 4. It's just a fact. Like, the evidence is there on the channel. You guys can check it out. They're on a tier themselves. Now, for S plus tier, I do think probably the Super Saiyan 4s, for sure. You can put them in there. These two, I would say that the Super Saiyan 4s are the second and third best units in the game. And, I think Vegeta's team has gotten some major buffs since this unit has come out. So I think that Vegeta has probably closed the gap a little bit on Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So they are so close. Goku is definitely better, but, Vegeta is right there, right? So I do think they are the second and third best units in the game. Their active skills are just so strong. A free attack before the turn starts is just broken. They are very powerful. Definitely deserving, I think, of being the second and third best units in the game. But the reason I would not put them on the same tier as LR Kale and Khalifa is, again, they're like, Kale and Khalifa, they're too much. Like, they've broken the game, and then Akatsuki tried to fix it, and then they broke the game further. Like, it's just clear as day. Now, LR Goku and Frieza, right? This unit has not aged a bit since they've come out. They're still just as broken. They are the single hardest hitting, like, single attacking card in the game. Kale and Khalifa do have a higher APT, but, Goku and Frieza in one single shot can do the most damage in the game. So they're still amazing there. Still easy to get their full passive. They still have a godly link set. They're still on a ridiculous amount of good teams. Ahem. Including Join Forces, which... So anyway, Goku and Frieza, definitely in that top tier. Now, me personally, I would probably put LR Gogeta and Vegeta in that S plus tier with Goku, Vegeta, and Goku and Frieza. I do think they are on that level. Now, I want to be very clear in this that I am not counting their transformations whatsoever. So I'm just evaluating just their LR unit, right? Now, they are still crazy. People, they don't need to transform to be crazy because they get 120% on attack and defense with these ridiculous LR stats, dude. That's the thing. Like, they hit really hard, and their defense is not something to take lightly because of how high their stats are. Like, again, I don't know, look at LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, right? He gets 80% instead of 120%, and, then he has, well, actually, he's got way less defense than Gogeta or Vegito do. The one big thing, of course, is that, Vegeta and Goku, they do massively raise attack and defense on their 18-key super, which just further makes them more tanky, but still, very impressive. But this is why Gogeta and Vegito, I think they do deserve to be in, like the top 5, top 6 units in the game, from their tankiness, their attack. They are relatively consistent. All they need is Rainbow Key Spheres to super attack. Maybe getting their 18-key supers sometimes can be a bit of a challenge on certain teams, depending on what builds you have, what support type units you've got. But, I mean, these two, we're not going to hate on them. No way. They are good. I disagree with them being 2 tiers below Vegeta, Goku, and Frieza. I don't think so. They are very, very strong. And again, I'm not even counting their fusions, which you will never see. Just their transformed states. Now, I mean, that's a whole nother story. At that point, like, if we just compared the transformed versions, like, Vegito would probably be better than the Super Saiyan 4s for sure. Gogeta would be right there as well. I think LR, Kale, now this is going to be hard for a lot of people to swallow, but I think LR, Kale, and Caulifla are better even than the transformed states of Vegito and Gogeta. Kale and Caulifla are just that busted. It's stupid. It's silly, really. Okay, so I think that would close off S+, right? So, again, Kale and Caulifla, Z, Goku, Vegeta, Goku and Frieza, and then Gogeta and Vegito, I'd have it S+. Now, from there, I don't really think the rest of the order matters too much. These are the best units in the game right here. I don't think there's really another unit that could sort of crack into this list. Maybe you could say LRK, Goku, and Arale are, like, on this level. Maybe you could say, like, Gogeta Blue could fit up here, but, LRs are just stronger than non-LRs. It's just that simple. Now, from this point, let me go from the bottom and work our way up. So, Trunks and Mai, I do agree. Trunks and Mai is the worst summonable LR in Dokkan. I think that is clear as day. It's, like, I've heard some people say they almost seem like they should be they are meant to be a free-to-play LR, and they certainly do seem like that. I'm not going to go over them too in depth, but I think, like, B is probably, like, a good spot for them. Well, I guess because I would have only Kale and Caulifla at Z, I'd move everything down, so, Trunks and Mai basically be C right there. I do agree with them being at the bottom. Then we have Bardock, Majin Vegeta, and Super Baby 2. Now, if I take a quick peek at all the LRs above, I'm not really too against their spot here. Bardock definitely got helped out a lot by the upgraded Pure Saiyan team. Bardock is good. He's very self-sufficient with Ki. He has good attack and defense, but, he's not really able to get as high damage as some of these other units. But something that really goes unnoticed that I really want people to pay attention to is the fact that Bardock seals on his 18-key super. That's very good. And we're going to find that out very soon when any of these categories get a Super Battle Road stage. Bardock is going to be a almighty top tier option because sealing is so important in, like, Super Battle Road or in Dokkan Battlefield as well. Global players, you're about to get into the fight with Great Saiyaman soon, I think in the next Dokkan Battlefield, and y'all will see that you have to seal that guy. So Bardock, I've warmed up to Bardock a little bit. I really do like that sealing. If we go back here, Machamp Vegeta, I don't need to spend too much time on him. Again, I think a lot of these LRs are actually very close, but I don't know that I would really split up, like, Majin Vegeta from Trunks and Goten too much. I feel like they can do similar levels of damage. I don't know. It's just, Majin Vegeta, I feel like, not a lot of people talk about him anymore, but he could do a lot of damage. Now, Super Baby 2, after using him a bunch, I think he's very good, but I do think he is probably on the lower end of LRs, because in order for him to be really good, you do have to be up against like a pure Saiyan or a hybrid Saiyan opponent. Now, I know people are going to say, oh, well, it's the same thing with LR Kale and Khalifa, but it's like, yeah, but Baby, like, the extra 50% attack and 3 key is nice, but it's not like it doesn't shoot him up to like unparalleled levels. Like Kale and Khalifa, you go up against a pure Saiyan enemy, and that's a guaranteed second super, which is like untold extra damage, right? And like Baby, I've found that, you know, depending upon the team, it can be a little difficult to get his 18 key super attack. If you're on his own team, the Artificial Lifeform team, sure, it's a little easier because it's a 4 key team. But, I mean, that's only a double 130% team. I don't feel, it's not as good. It's not like Join Forces, which 130% does not matter at all to that team. It's like the best team in the game. Artificial Lifeform, definitely not on that level. So I do feel like Baby is fine in the spot he is. Then, if we look up at S, right? So, I mean, we got Bojack there. Bojack is tremendous. We all know how good Bojack is. I think Super Saiyan 3 Goku was probably overrated for a long time. His damage is tremendous, but, like, you have to put so much effort into getting him his 18 key super in order for it to really stick. But, you know, just somewhere in the pack with the rest of the summonable LRs, I feel is fine. LR Cell somewhere in here, yeah, that's fine for him. Now, LR Goku Black. I would say, I would probably myself have LR Goku Black in slot number 7. So we go Kale and Khalifa 1, Super Saiyan 4 Goku is 2, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is 3, Goku and Frieza is 4, Vegito and Gogeta are 5 and 6, and then I'd have LR Goku Black at 7. LR Goku Black is just insanity. Like, we're talking about doing everything, healing, hitting incredibly hard, godly link set. Like, here's the thing. We're about to get this brand new Zamasu on JP. Guess which is going to be a top-tier freaking unit on that team? You know, that Zamasu team, whatever it is probably going to be heavily centric on Goku Black and Zamasu type units. This unit is going to, it just continues to be good. Like, this unit is the reason I started playing JP. I just think they're absolutely tremendous. Now, continuing to look, again, I think Goten and Trunks, they're probably similar like Majin and Vegeta. Beerus and Whis is a very good card. I feel like people know now how good they are. They are not bad in any way. The only thing that is a bit of an issue, well, I say a bit of an issue, but it's a really bad issue, is Beerus and Whis, they probably struggle for Ki the single most out of any unit on this list right here. Because all Beerus and Whis have is shocking speed, and they don't give themselves Ki in any meaningful manner. So it is incredibly difficult to get their 18 Ki super. But you guys know how ridiculous that combo is with Beerus and LR Beerus and Whis. So, you know, I'm not too hard on them. Now, Goku, Trunks, and Pan, I'm like, they're very, 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 very good. And they lead what is probably the best, like, free-to-play friendly team in the game. Like, you only need to get this one summonable LR, and then the rest of the Dragon Ball Seekers team can be filled out with very good free-to-play units, right? They're incredibly powerful, very, very strong on several different teams. Well, you know, 2 teams, I guess. But they're so good, and their team is so good that I'm like really not against them being high on an LR list. I do think they're worthy. Now, talking about LR Gohan, LR Trunks, and LR Broly. First, I'll talk about LR Trunks. Like, I would say I definitely was too harsh on Trunks in the past. Here's the thing. Okay. Here's the thing, right? I feel like on, like, the internet, right? There's 2 issues that people a lot of times have. One, they can't ever admit they're wrong. Like, you know, it's okay. No one's perfect. Sometimes you gotta just be like, okay, yeah, maybe I was a little off on that. Trunks, I would certainly say I was. I was definitely a little off on Trunks. I think Trunks has gotten a monster buff. Where's my boy? Right here. With EZA Rage Trunks, because EZA Rage Trunks is so powerful. You can easily make them a rotation. You will not take damage, and it turns LR Trunks into, like, a god. Like, the amount of damage Trunks could do at that point is so ridiculous. And then, of course, with Trunks, you know, he has such high defense, 14,000, that after he super attacks and gets a 30% defensive buff, he's good to go. So, Trunks is very good. Now, the other thing, too, like, you know, again, I feel like a lot of people can't admit they're wrong on the internet. And another thing is a lot of people can't like, actually listen to the other side. So, like, you know, I tried to see what people were saying with Trunks. I certainly would agree with some of the points. And then, of course, the big thing, you know, Easy A Rage Trunks, I think, made him a lot better. I don't know where I would put him on, like, on these lists and stuff like that. Would I put him above Majin Vegeta? Probably. I guess because he is a better defender. LR Gohan is such a tricky one, too, because Gohan, like, see, here's the thing about these early age LRs, right? So, like, we're talking about Majin Vegeta, we're talking about Broly, and we're talking about LR Gohan. The three of them can still deal such insane levels of damage. All three of them can. You know, Gohan has maybe still one of the most broken passives in the game with that extra ki, but at the same time, these LRs have no defensive viability. Like, you go down the list, all the new LRs all are great offensively and defensively, whereas Broly, Gohan, and Majin Vegeta can't increase their defense in any meaningful way, and so they're going to take more damage. I'm going to tell y'all right now, I am not as high on Broly. No freaking way do I have him at S+. I think I like LR Trunks better. I like LR Goku Black better. I like LR Bojack better. I probably like LR Cell better. I might even like LR Bardock better than LR Broly. I do not care really that much about an all, like, glass cannon, just attack, no defense unit. I could care less. The one big redeeming quality with Broly, however, is he's still the World Tournament God, so do not forget about that. Gohan, you know, still ridiculous, but you know, I find myself not using him as often as you'd think, because, you know, he's not as good defensively. He still does have 13,000 defense at the rainbow level, which is very good. And the other thing that's really nice about Gohan is it's just so easy from the super attack. So that's why you can rock him on teams whenever you want. So I don't want to be too hard on Gohan. Gohan is still amazing. I mean, it's very difficult, I feel like, to sort of rank a lot of these units. They're very, very similar in levels of tanking and damage. It's not as big a gap as you would think. You know, some of the newer wave of LRs can't hit quite as hard as the old ones, but they're, you know, to offset that, they're way better key sufficient, and then also with their defensive abilities. So you guys let me know what you think. Again, the main thing I wanted to get coming out of this video is that this unit is the only Z tier LR. You can't put them in the same tier as another. You can't. They're better at 55% than the Super Saiyan 4s were at rainbow level. So, like, it's not fair to them to have them in another category. Supposedly, there are nerfs coming to them. We'll see. We still have not really seen any info about those supposed nerfs, but, you know, we'll see what it might look like in due time. So, thanks, guys, for watching. Again, let me know what you think. Thanks to Roller ZZ for making this. At the very least, it was a nice talking point. And I'll catch you guys next time.